Hi guys, welcome back to our third episode of the Sunroom Sisters. We're super excited.
If you're still with us, thank you for being here
Yes,
and for sticking it out for yet again another episode. I would be not very surprised, but I'm a little surprised at how many people have been able to stick it out with us.
yeah,
Surprised, but very grateful. Very, very grateful. And yeah, we're excited for episode number 3. We can't believe how fast the time is flying. I feel like we just dropped our first episode yesterday, and we didn't. It was like what?
3 weeks
3 weeks
ago.
ago.
That's insane.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, but yeah, we're super excited, and it's a beautiful day out.
Very
It's a beautiful day
beautiful.
out. Pablo and I were riding around in my car with the top down. Very delicious weather. I love it. Keep it up, Georgia. Whatever you're doing, keep it up. We got some Bojangles earlier,
And I got Chick-fil-A.
and this grease is like hurting our stomachs.
Yeah, our
so
stomachs are
bad.
fucked.
Yeah, we're sitting here like, when is this gonna be over so we can go pop a Zofran or like go use the restroom?
There might have to be potty breaks taken, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
perhaps a little potty break here and there. But yeah, we had a nice little night too.
Yeah, last night, ironically, since the last episode we talked about not going out
Yeah.
and stuff. Last night we went out.
We went out.
But we went out in our way.
Mhm.
So we went to a little art gallery, a little restaurant, got a little drink, and it was just the three of us, and it was super, super fun, super classy, a nice time. The restaurant was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the
2
food.
urban licks on the Beltline. Superb.
Yeah.
It was your first time there too, right?
Yeah, it was my first time there. It was really good. Except for it was freezing outside.
Yeah, last night was freezing, and then today the weather is just like I said, delicious. It's delicious weather. We probably don't look like it because we're like
because last
right
night was so
blankets.
cold, so we're like, we're gonna wear hoodies, sweatpants, and then now it's kind of like
we have fans on.
Yeah,
in the
because
sunroom.
it's hot outside.
But the art exhibit that we went to last night, the art exhibition, solo exhibition. There's this artist, and she's a photographer. Her name is I think her Instagram is Shot by Mitchie, and her work is just phenomenal. Really, really beautiful stuff. Like you could stare at it for hours. It is just very cinematic, very beautiful. Just captured
Guys,
life.
I'm having hair difficulties.
Captured life and beauty so well, and I just know one day she's gonna be in like magazines one day. She's gonna be photographing models.
Then we can say that. Yo, we went to her first. What do you call it?
Exhibition.
Exhibition. Ow, my hair's all tangled up.
But yeah, so we did that, and then after we went to 2 urban licks, which was yummy. What did we have?
We had like a Wagyu beef something with like brisket on top. We had this salmon chip thing, rotisserie chicken, like
Aperol spritz. The vibes were there. The food was there. Honestly,
service was great.
Yeah, best service.
I think sponsored by this restaurant.
Yeah, sponsor us. Why don't you? We'll come eat there every day.
We're not. Sponsor us. Not there yet.
No, but that's why they sponsor us. So
yeah.
For free. But yeah, phenomenal. Everything was phenomenal. It was just an overall super great night. Took some cute pictures. Out on the town. Very funsy, very cutesy, very girly, of course. Always keep it classy. And then, oh my god, we came back home and Pablo and I watched that new movie with Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx.
Oh my god, I was looking at that.
So good.
Is it really?
It's really good. I didn't.
What is it? Back in
Action.
Back in Action.
So good, and it's so funny because I was telling Pablo, I was like, I love Cameron Diaz, but she hasn't been in anything in so long, and I love
Jamie Foxx.
I told him, I was like, I think the last thing she was in was The Other Woman, and I was right. I was correct.
2014. That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, I think she stopped acting because I could be so wrong when I say this, but I think she stopped acting because people were saying that she was like aging really poorly. I don't know.
Did she have kids or something? And then like
No, I don't think she has. I don't even think she's married. Can you look that up? I don't think. Yeah, I don't think she's like married or has kids. Which good for her. Yeah, baby. Me too. Me too.
She is married to Benji Madden.
Wait, guys. I'm
I think
so
she
wrong.
has kids.
She's married.
Does not.
But she doesn't have
Oh.
kids. I was right on that account. She doesn't have kids, but she still looked really good in that movie. She has to be in like her 50s now
Mm-hmm.
at this point. But yeah, the movie was great. The movie was so good, especially for like a corny Netflix produced action movie. It was honestly pretty good. It was funny and it was very relatable with like all the lingo and like the humor. They were very up to date. They definitely had a Gen Zer in the back, you know, with the production and the screenplay and all that. Because some of the things they were referencing, I was like, no millennial or like boomer would get that, or like Gen
Really?
X. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What were they saying?
It
It was like very Gen Z.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I can't think of specific examples, but there were like some parts of the movie where I was like, okay, yeah. Like, I found it funny because it's like it's new generation humor, but it was still very funny and relatable. I think for all.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really really good, and they have such good chemistry.
Really?
They have such good chemistry. Oh my god! Speaking of good chemistry, Rena and I have been on this like kick for the movie My Fault.
Oh my gosh,
The
yeah.
London version. I talked about this last episode because I watched it the day that we filmed. Did I? Yes, the day that we filmed
morning
the last
of.
episode, the morning of, I watched that movie before we filmed, and now we're both like hooked.
Obsessed.
We've rewatched it so many times.
And like I'm seeing edits on TikTok of the movie and of the fucking actors.
I cannot wait for part 2. And they're so quick with them too. Like those kinds of like, I don't want to say Wattpad like Wattpad movies, like the After series, the Beautiful Disaster series, like My Fault,
Through My Window.
They drop those movies like 9 months to a year back to back, so it's like fairly quick. You get the next movie, so I know this one's gonna come out pretty soon, I think.
Oh my god, it was just scrumptious. I love it. I watched it 2 days back to back.
And there's not nothing, but I can rarely find movies and shows that really satisfy the craving that I get when I want to like feel that like chemistry and the romance and like just like the overall vibes and the tropes. And like when I don't want to read a book, I want to be able to just sit down and like watch a movie for an hour, but there's not many things, but that right there satisfied all cravings. I think that's why I've been rewatching it so much.
Me
I'm
too.
Like, I don't want to open up a book. I know I should.
Same. I've tried to open up books recently, but like my brain function is just not there enough right now.
And I just feel like it takes up so much time.
It does take up so much time. And it's like when you're reading a book, it's like, you know, you have to go through the first couple of chapters before you get to like the good stuff. And I just don't feel like doing that. Like I just want to get right into the good stuff, you know?
It depends on the mood that I'm in though. Sometimes I want to build up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it definitely depends on the mood I'm in.
Like, have you ever read a Mariana Zapata book?
I don't think so.
She wrote like culty, Wall of Winnipeg and Me. She writes sports romance, but she is like known for her slow burn build-ups. Like
those are my favorite.
Wall of Winnipeg and Me. It's like a 500-page book or something, and they don't even like hold hands till like the last 30 pages. But those are like when they do, it's like, oh my god.
Those are like
they just looked at each other.
The fantasy books that I read are like that. They're like 600 pages long, and it's just like tension, like eye contact, and that's all until the last chapter.
But those are depending on the mood I'm in, those are the best.
Yeah,
because you love the build up. You still feel it in the build up, and like
it makes it that much more exciting.
It's like, oh my god, Bridgerton season 1. No one will. I don't
and
think,
season 2,
and all of seasons, but especially season 1. When I first watched season 1, my first time ever watching it, and they got to the scene where Daphne and the Duke were in the They were at like the gallery, the art gallery. They were like looking at art, and they were both staring at one particular piece. And the camera like pans down to their hands, and they're like pinkies touch.
They're like inching closer
I
and
had
closer.
like never
You can
felt,
feel the energy off of their pinkies touching.
I had never felt so like, oh my god, about hands touching in my life.
Or the scene where they have to take like a portrait together, and then like his hand goes on her shoulder, and it was just like you felt the tension. Oh my God.
And also because at that time they were like they were trying to figure out what their relationship was going to be, because she had just found out that like he was purposely like not getting her pregnant. So like she didn't want to like be around him. Like she still loved him, obviously she wanted to be around him, but she just at that moment she wasn't really feeling him. So it makes it even more intense when you know those like super intense feelings were behind it. I don't know. They just did such a fucking great job with Bridgerton. I don't know what methamphetamine crack, cocaine they put in Bridgerton, but goddamn, they fucking did it.
Yeah.
They did it, dude. Like, oh my god.
I wonder when the next season's gonna come out.
It's coming out soon.
Right?
And it's with Benedict. And I cannot wait.
Who?
Benedict. The one who's like the artist. He's
The
second
brother?
He's the
Oh my
second
God,
brother.
I love him.
Yeah. Honestly, I will say I was very disappointed with season 3.
I didn't watch it.
Feel like
I watched like the first 2 episodes.
well, no, you have to finish it through. I was gonna say it's not worth it. No, you have to watch it because it's still good. But I feel like we did not get enough time with Colin and Penelope, just them two. Like I feel like the storyline was just panning off to so many other storylines when it's like, no, this season is supposed to be about Colin and Penelope, not about literally everyone else and their mother.
I want one
too much
on
for
what's her
me.
name, Eloise.
That one's gonna be good.
Yeah, I
don't know
love.
if
She's my favorite one.
She's my favorite too. If you've ever like read the synopsis for her book and what her season's supposed to be about, her season's supposed to be like she has already been out for like 4 or 5 seasons, hasn't found anyone, so she's deemed like a spinster, and she ends up, and I don't know if they're gonna follow the books with this. I feel like they're not, but she ends up with oh my god, Marina, her husband.
Oh.
Yeah, the girl who came in and she was pregnant in the first season. She was trying to trap Colin. She ends up with her husband. I don't know what happens with Marina. I can't remember if she dies.
So she doesn't marry a woman, or not marry a woman. She doesn't she's not with a woman at the end.
No, I think that's just something that the fans made up.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely supposed to be with a woman.
Thought you said when you said she came out, she was already out.
No, she was out like she was a not a debutante. That's not what they call it, but she was. She was
a woman enough to get married. Yeah.
Like when they go in front of the queen and they have their white little feathers.
Yeah, and then the men get to pick.
Yeah, basically.
Fucking.
Do you have enough space on a dance card? Do you mind if I sign your dance card? Would you care to dance with me?
She was like, no, my dance card's full.
My dance card's full. Dude, I love her, bro. I love Eloise. She's honestly, she makes the show. Like her humor, she makes the show. And she's like that in person too.
Really?
Like in real life. Well, not in person. I've never met her. But like in real life, she's like that too. I love watching her interviews because she's literally Eloise, just like modernized. It's so funny. But I want to read the books. But I don't know if the books are like as smutty.
You know what's weird? Like, it's really hard for me to read a book after I've watched it.
Have I read anything after I've watched
Just like,
it?
I'm sure if I actually like got into the book first, then it would be enjoyable, but I can never like start it really. It's just something about me. I guess it's not as exciting since I already know what's gonna happen. And like it's not as exciting because like I can visualize it already since I've already visualized it, so I can't make up my own, visualizations with it.
Did you ever did you ever read The Deal? Like the off-campus series? It was like a hockey series. You never read it?
I don't really read sports romance.
Oh, you're so lame. I don't know if anyone watching or listening has ever read the off-campus series, but apparently, allegedly, they are coming out with a show adaptation on Amazon for the book series. And when I tell you I am sat the F down, I'm sat, baby.
I would
am
definitely
sat.
watch it. I would read a sports romance. I just haven't read a lot because that's
Honestly,
I'm not gravitated to them as much, but I still love a good sports romance.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's good.
You know what I like? What the fuck is that? That English sport?
Rugby?
Rugby.
You read a rugby book?
Yeah.
Wait,
Binding
what?
13.
I thought that was boxing. I thought that was.
No, it's rugby and they're Scottish. It's
Oh, really?
yeah.
Wait, I have to get into that because I do love rugby.
Or they're Irish.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's based in Dublin.
Why did I think Binding 13 was boxing? There is one where they're boxers though.
Probably, but the first one is
rugby.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
awesome.
It really long though?
It's great.
It's like 600 pages.
Yeah, the first one is awesome. I couldn't get past the first one though.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I read the second one. They dragged it out. Like they should have kept each relationship. Okay. Yes, for the two books. It's all like, the same characters intertwined, but it's like each couple has two books, And I'm like, you should have just done one book for each couple because you're dragging it out so much.
That's how I kind of felt about Serpent and the Wings of Night.
Like the second book.
The second book.
I didn't even read the second book. The first book was
amazing.
So good.
Amazing. I'm actually in the middle of.
I think it's one of my favorites.
It's really, really good. But it's the third one about what's his name's friend, the blonde girl, Mishi. It's her book. But I read all of the reviews on Goodreads, and it was like, don't waste your time. Like, don't waste your time. It just dragged on.
Yeah, I couldn't even get myself to start the second book. Because the first book was just so good.
The second one was good too, though, because it gets into
and the first book ends on a cliffhanger. I do that to myself so much. I end on a cliffhanger and then I never fucking read the next book.
No, I have to
I
start
don't know why. I think it's because if I don't have it readily available and I don't start it immediately after, like I just never go back to it.
Oh, like if you're reading the first book in a series paperback and you don't have the second one,
yeah,
you're not gonna. But why don't you just look it up on your Kindle?
Because then if I have to pay for it, then it's like I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna pick another book that I have for free.
No, I'll pay for
unless
it.
Unless it's like so bad, like the cliffhanger is so bad that I need
to know what happens.
Yeah, but that one I was okay with it being because they were
really?
Because I already knew they were already like gonna be in an arranged marriage.
No, I did not know that. I did not get that vibe at all.
Really?
I needed to read the second book because I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, who is he? Like why? Like, I needed to know because...
Maybe I'm thinking of a different book. I mean, I know exactly what book we're talking about, but I'm like getting the ending confused.
It ended when they were in the arena and
then he killed her dad.
Yes.
We're like spoiling the fuck out of...
Sorry, everybody. Just like pretend you didn't hear this. But also, it's still a great book, though.
It's a great book, and how many people viewing are gonna go read this fucking...
If they haven't already.
Romantasy vampire book, like...
It's good as fuck, though.
It's good as fuck.
And it's a good, like, I think, personally, if you want to get into fantasy... Because sometimes the world building is too much for people too soon. Like, if you need something that's, like, very, like...
Not as big of a world building.
Like, you're not reading Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You know? It's very simple.
It's not like you have 5 kingdoms, and in this kingdom is this, and this kingdom is this.
Like, they do have different different like areas.
Yeah, but it simplifies it, I think, without being too simple. But
I think that's one of the
and
only ones I've read. I bought Fourth Wing and I never read it.
You have to.
I know.
You have to.
Maybe
I'm
I should do that
rereading
later.
it. You have to read it.
Yeah, after we're done editing this.
Yes, the thing is, it is a little bit. It is a little bit of like, you don't get to the romance part right away.
But is there tension? That's all I care about. Yeah. Okay, that's all I care about.
Yeah, but you don't meet the guy until like the second or third chapter.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's how I prefer it, honestly.
Okay, yeah.
Like if he's like
you,
first thing on the first page, I'm like, ugh.
You have to like, yeah, it like kind of gives a background and personality on the FMC more for the first couple of chapters, and then it gets into stuff like that. But it's definitely like fantasy as fuck. But not like too complex.
My favorite, like, this isn't really a trope. This is just a style of writing, or just like the way the book is laid out. My favorite is when the first like few chapters are from the guy's point of view. There is nothing I love more than the guy's point of view when he sees the girl for the first time. I don't know what it is. I think it's just me just like gaslighting myself into thinking that's gonna happen to me, where like a guy's gonna look at me and like fall to the ground and be like, oh my god, I need her, you know? But like there's one book that I've read, it's called oh my god, it's by the author Becca Mack. What is it called? It's something me. It's a hockey book. Anyways, I'll figure it out. And the first few chapters is the guy and like seeing her for the first time and like thinking she's like the most beautiful thing and like I have to have her. Something about that just it just hits different. I don't know.
Sometimes I like you guessing whether or not the guy like likes her or hates her.
Not you liking the toxic.
No, because like the enemies to lovers one, sometimes when it does the point of view, it's like, oh, he loved her all along, but like I want you to actually be enemies first.
Okay, well that's true.
And not just pretending to hate each other. Like you genuinely hate each other at first.
If it's supposed to be lovers,
yeah,
then that makes sense. If it's supposed to be enemies to lovers, then yes, I want you guys to want to like literally kill each other. Like, oh my god. There's just one book. It's called Bloody Kingdom or something. It's a mafia book. And the female main character is like this badass. So everyone thinks that like her dad, which is like the mafia don, is like running shit, but it's really her because her dad's dying on like hospice. And like, but it's really her running shit. So then this guy comes in, he's like rival mafia boss trying to take over for him. Little does he know that it's not the daddy, it's the daughter, and she's hot. And then, but they want to kill each other, and she shoots him. She shoots him in the leg, and then they start fighting. But then they end up calling him up, and I love that. I just think that's like very beautiful and very poetic. You know, to like hate each other so much that you just want to love each other. I think so. I want that. I want that. I can't get that on Hinge, unfortunately. All I've gotten is no text backs and people telling me that I am being unrealistic about reading my books. Bye. Boo, bye.
Yeah, like I think it's definitely hard to find a situation like that in real life, but like
I'm not asking for dragons. I'm not asking for dragons. I'm asking for a simple meet cute, be a good man with decent, perhaps maybe
but like
morally gray.
Yeah, I was about to say, but morally gray at the same time, but not in like
in a Luigi Mangione type way.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the pictures of him today?
I don't know, but I want to marry this man.
Can you look him up?
Oh my god, I'm literally gonna cry because I need him. I want him.
My like wallpaper, my profile picture. He's so hot. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Is he real? This is
I need him. Wait, where's the real? He's
Oh.
hot as fuck.
Oh my god, him and Green. Yes, look at his hair. They give him a little fucking.
Are you
They
kidding
lined him
me?
up in prison, baby. They taking care of my baby in there.
Look
Look at
he's
him.
really.
If anyone's gonna start a revolution, it's gonna be a hot Italian. I knew it. I read too many mafia books to not know this shit.
Oh my gosh. He's not real. He's
so
not
hot.
real.
He's so hot.
Yeah. What is
And
this?
he's educated, and he's athletic, and he's hot, and he's Italian.
And he's fucking like, I
Are
don't
you
know.
like what? And he has a little like rebellious streak. Look at that one. Look at that one. Oh my god. With the little vest on. Yeah, baby.
I'm in love. Yeah,
Mama,
dude.
I'm in love with the criminal. I don't believe he did it. And even if he did, okay.
Okay.
Okay. And
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for your service. Duh. God, look at that picture of him.
He's unreal.
Oh my god. He's so hot.
He's my superhero.
He's the kind of he's like an airport crush. He's an airport crush. Like he's the kind of guy you see at an airport and you think about him for the next 6 months. Have you ever had that?
Yeah. Okay. Every time I go to the airport, I'm like, who am I gonna be this time?
I always wondered if I'm someone's airport crush, and then I remember how I look when I go to the airport. I'm like, definitely not.
I'm like fucking 10 years old with my family right there.
Oh my
Am
god.
I somebody's airport crush?
Why is that such a thing, though? Why is that such a thing?
I don't know. It is such a thing. An airport crush. Like there's no other place that like gives you the feeling of I'm definitely gonna meet somebody hot right now.
You know what it is? I think it's the idea of like maybe like the one that got away. Like, wow, they're so hot, I'm never gonna see them again. It's like there's something like invigorating about that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh, if I ever saw Luigi ever out in public, and I'm not a very big like I don't really talk to guys like that, you know? I don't really put myself first, you know, make the first move, but god damn, if I saw him in person.
I don't know.
I'd propose to him.
I just have to like put on the like best persona I've ever, you know, imagined, and then just try to riz the fuck. Like, how are you supposed to
riz the fuck?
I'm just thinking about like, you know, like famous people, like how do fans potentially like have a chance with them?
They don't. That's the thing.
Some do though.
Who?
Some do.
No.
Hailey Bieber was Justin Bieber's biggest fan. First of all, I mean,
Hailey
granted,
Bieber was
she was already. Yeah, I know, but there's like people like that though who end up being with their fan. Not like a crazy one, but like
I've never seen a relationship like that though in Hollywood, where like a true celebrity, famous person just marries some bubba in the back. Never in my life. I've never seen that.
Yeah, because I can't trust them.
You can trust me. Yeah, I'm in it for the money.
That's what I'm saying.
Duh. Like
I would be whether you're famous or not, boo boo. But like, what would you do? How would you like? You can't miss your chance if you see Luigi just out there. You know? So how would you?
Even if he didn't do what he did, or quote, allegedly, sorry, the case is still active, allegedly did what he did, and didn't become this, like, poster boy for, I don't want to say rebellion, but, like, anarchy and just straight up.
Vigilante?
Yes, a vigilante. Even if he didn't do that, I would still think he was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
But he's even more so hot. And I hate those fucking comments. And it's like, you guys are only liking him because he's hot. Well, yeah, duh. Are you fucking blind? But we liked him before we saw the full picture, before we saw the full mugshot, baby. I was looking at a pair of eyes under a mask.
I'm like, real life vigilante? Yeah. A book come to life? Yeah.
Yeah. Duh. Duh. Someone who actually cares about the people and not billionaires? Duh. Duh. Are you slow?
And you're like dangerous.
And you're, yeah.
Yeah.
And you stand for something. You actually have morals. You stand for something. Okay.
Like, and if you could do that, like, you could protect me.
Exactly.
You would protect
exactly.
me.
You have no problem it wasn't broad daylight, but you have no problem shooting a man point blank you know,
if he did this.
I'm sorry, allegedly, guys. I know the case is still active, but you have no problem doing that. So I know you're gonna protect me because I'm the love of your life. Duh. That's why I love mafia books so much because you don't get that anymore.
Yeah, like
There's no sense of
is it so
protection.
much to ask for somebody to just be like, touch her and you die?
Yeah.
Like,
Look at her and you die. Think about her and you die. Okay. That's how it's supposed to be. Women are sacred. We're sacred beings. We should be protected and loved and cared for and protected and always protected. Duh. Like, am I wrong for saying
And
that?
then if somebody does that in real life, they're labeled manic or something.
Yeah. But that's the thing. We're not in the right area for that.
Yeah, we're not. Because if somebody was acting like that in real life, I'd be like, who the fuck does this man think he is?
But it also just depends on the.
It depends on the man's energy and
the
like
man's energy and the area you're
and how
in
hot he
like,
is. Dude, if you're not hot, you cannot. That's so mean. You can't pull off that kind of shit.
Sorry. You don't look like Luigi? Sorry, what are you doing? Sit the fuck down.
Or are you talking about you're gonna what? No.
You live in the suburbs. You live in the suburbs and you drive a lifted F-150. Sit the fuck down. You're not doing anything.
Ew, like that stuff, then it just becomes cringy so fast.
It's so cringy. So cringy.
There's such a fine line, I feel like.
You have to be a certain kind of man to pull off the, like, touch her and you die. Like, to me, okay, hot take. I like when guys in books are like that, but when it's like a college romance and he's having these thoughts and he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill him, or look at the way he's looking at her. I'm like, dude, go to your bio class. What are you
That's
doing?
how I felt about My Fault London with the scene when he was trying to save her. I was like, why is this teenage boy the only one that's like...
Really, I found it endearing.
Well, it was definitely endearing, but I was like, okay, bitch, this is where it gets like a little too much. It's like, why are you... I don't know. Like, you're just a teenage boy. Let the cops fucking go save her because you're obviously gonna get hurt, which he did. He got fucking stabbed almost to death. So, like, duh, you were gonna... that was gonna happen. What did you think?
Chivalrous. I wouldn't want my man to sit back and be like,
No, it was
I'll
very
let FBI
chivalrous.
handle it.
And if he wasn't as young as he would, it would have made it like that wouldn't have been a thought in my mind.
He's not that young though. He's like 23.
Still, I don't know. It seemed like they were in high school, so like for this high school boy just to be doing that. You know what I'm saying though?
I mean, I get it. I do. But
also,
no,
like, great movie. I loved it. And that was like really the only cringy part. But sometimes cringe is good.
Yeah, cringe is needed.
Yeah, me and Nick talk about this all the time. Like, if we're sitting, those cringy ass movies, we can eat that shit up. Unless it's like in front of people that we don't really know, then it's like, wow, this shit really is cringy as fuck. But we could just like lean into it and accept the cringe, and then just like, take it for what it is, and it'll be a good movie.
Like the After series, Through My Window,
yeah,
like those can come off as cringy to like certain people, but to me, I'm like, wait a minute. That should be
what it's kind of giving? Like anime, like live action, when they're like, there's too much emotion involved. Like, they're so animated. It's like, really, no one talks like that for real. But
I think it's just they need to do a better job with like the lingo, and sometimes when they're trying to be too I don't want to say too trendy. When they literally just are like word regurgitation of just like TikTok sounds and trends of like what they've heard on TikTok, and then they're having their actors say and do these things, and I'm like, you're losing the realness of it. You're losing the realness
because it's like try hard. That's what it's giving.
That's why I love like early 2000s movies so much, like rom-coms, because I feel like maybe at that time people in that era maybe they felt that way, but I don't feel that way. I don't feel like they were trying to be super like trendy with the lingo, and, like, all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, the My Fault movie, there was one part, now that we're talking about it, there was one part when they were in the pool they were in the pool, and she said something, and
That's
I was
my favorite
like,
scene.
why the fuck? Yeah, that is my favorite scene too. But she said something, and it kind of fucking ruined it for me. But I still watched, and I still loved it. I don't know what she said though. I don't know what she said. Oh, sometimes when I'm reading, but that's the thing though. That's the thing. I know the kind of book I'm reading before I even go into it. I know that this is probably going to be really fucking cringy, like really fucking cringy, and probably not the best writing. But I go into it knowingly. I'm not setting these super high expectations because I already know what this book's going to be like. It's a palate cleanser. That's it. It's a good book. It's an escape. That's it. There's nothing, it's nothing phenomenal. I'm not gonna stop world hunger and cure cancer reading this book. No. I'm gonna read about two people who fell in love in a day, and he does something really, really bad to her, and then he grovels for 5 years, and then they get back together. Duh. That's it.
Why is that the trope though?
Yeah, every book. But it's the best. The groveling is the best part, I think.
Yeah, but I like it when I just like it when no one necessarily does anything to each other, but they just like both hate each other.
No, I love it. I love it when like, not that I love it when he does something. No, I hate that.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, because I was like, why is that the trope? And that's the trope in real life situations too. The guy always does something, or somebody always does something, and then they're just trying to win their way back, and then boom, okay, it's okay, I forgive you.
But in the books, it's never like cheating or anything.
Okay, yeah.
It's like I set up cameras like in your house and stuff.
That okay, yeah, that's different.
That's different.
Yeah, yeah.
If you were hot enough, if you had
I would
enough
not
money,
be mad if you were well.
Sorry,
You never know. Let me not say that.
I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad if I knew that it was with good intentions and that you just wanted to keep me safe.
Yeah. And if you knew me, but if you're like a
stalker.
no,
I kind of
it's
think
different.
the stalker trope is hot.
No,
too,
it's
though.
hot in books. I'm just thinking in real life. I'm like, no,
If he's not
I would.
if he's not like trying to Dexter my ass.
That's what I'm saying. Like when people are like, "Oh, my ex-boyfriend showed up my work," blah, blah blah, and people are like, "Yeah, get a restraining order." I'm like, that's really sweet of them.
Yeah.
they love you that much that they're coming to your work. Oh my god, how cute.
Maybe the books have skewed our mindset.
But that's not bad. Somebody showing up to your work.
No,
I mean,
it's not bad. It's not bad.
Unless they're like, a danger to you.
Yeah.
But if they're genuinely like they just want to see you and like explain themselves, then that's different. I feel like I'm like that's not stalking. That's public information.
Like yes, send me gifts every day. Come to my door every day.
Haunting Adeline, dude. She said he was a stalker or whatever, but the only thing he did was break into her house and leave her roses.
I'd love that.
Tell me.
I'd love that.
Yeah, he's breaking into her house, but to leave her roses.
Yeah.
It doesn't really.
All I'm saying is this.
No harm, no foul.
Should I say this? I think I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. Don't care. If you're hot enough and you have a certain aura about you, you can get away with some things. I think.
Let's not give ideas.
No,
not in real life.
No, yeah, like in books.
I know. I'm trying to make it. In the very rare case that somebody has this energy about them,
if you're a Massimo type,
yeah,
are you lost, baby girl? I don't give a flying motherfucking fuck. What room? What door?
I'll pretend.
I'll open the door for you.
Look, I'll pretend to be mad. I'll pretend to call the cops.
That was literally the premise of the movie. Like I don't even think she was that.
Yeah,
bad.
She was pretending to try to get away. She wasn't really trying for real.
I'm sorry, but if I were her, and the minute I woke up in that big ass Italian fucking mansion, I would have laid my ass right back down and went right back to sleep.
I'm gonna just pretend that. I'm gonna just pretend that I'm trying to escape so I don't seem crazy to him.
Yeah, it's like Stockholm syndrome, but also like you're in a fat crib in Italy.
But it's only Stockholm syndrome if you fall in love with
your captor, and she did.
She was already in love with him to begin with, though. Not really, but like
no, she wasn't.
Looks wise, I'm saying.
She found him attractive, but she wasn't in love with him.
That's what I'm saying. That's different. That's not Stockholm syndrome. It's like only if you find them attractive and are falling in love. Like, do you know what I'm saying? it doesn't equal. I think Stockholm syndrome, like if your captor is already attractive to begin with, it's not.
What, so they have to be ugly for it to be Stockholm
Yeah.
syndrome? Really? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I'm just saying.
Because abduction is abduction. Like,
I don't think so either, but I think like you have a valid reason to be attracted to them, you know? So it's not necessarily
It's
like,
like I'm not going crazy because he's already hot.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like you were already attracted to him, or there's a valid reason to be attracted to them besides the fact that, you know.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, okay, I'm not justifying like kidnapping a woman because like you think that she's like the love of your life. Like, I'm not justifying that. I'm really not. But like what I will say is just like on the base of the movie, like just like, okay, I'm sorry, but yes, like he was a little bit of a maniac. Okay, whatever, cool. Besides
What
that,
movie are we talking
we're
about?
talking about 365 days.
Okay.
Like, yeah, he was a little bit crazy, but okay, first off,
I call it ballsy.
He didn't hit her.
No, he protected her.
He protected her. He didn't hit her.
Fed her.
He fed her. Not only did he clothe her, he clothed her in designer, baby, couture, designer. Okay, duh. He took her to nice restaurants. Took her on a private jet to
like,
different
babe,
countries.
you're lying to yourself if you're like wanting to escape.
Gave
those
her
books. Oh my god, I sent you a TikTok probably. It's those books that are like, she wants to leave so badly, even though like he's literally providing her with a mansion, anything that she wants to do, and she's like, no, he's holding me captive.
I'm
And
sorry,
it's like,
but you're crazy for wanting to leave.
yeah,
Like, you're crazy for wanting to leave, bro. I'm sorry. You're telling me I don't have to go to work? I don't have to lift a fucking finger? All I have to do is sit in this fat ass crib, eat fucking gourmet food that the chef is making me, and wear designer clothes and swim in a fucking infinity pool? Okay. All fucking day, bro.
I can go into the garden and paint paintings. Yeah.
I can play with my dog all day and I don't have to go to work.
I can read all day.
I can read. What?
Yeah, with the fat ass library, mind you.
And then my captor comes home and I get to look at a hot man too? You're kidding.
Yeah.
You guys are crazy, mental in it. You guys are mental in it. If you think that I'm going to leave that situation to go back home, to live in my fucking house and work my fucking job, you're fucking mental in it, okay? Like, be so fucking for real. I would never do that. I would never fucking
Luigi
do that.
needs to come
Luigi
in.
needs to come the fuck out of that fucking prison right
Take me now.
Actually, you know what? Let me do something to go into that prison with him.
Right? Like, I would pull that.
I'd pay the guards
They're gonna
off.
come out.
Baby, we're already on a watch list. It's too late now.
Oh my goodness.
It's too late
the shit
now.
that we talk about.
It's too late now. Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with liking Luigi and idolizing him. If anything,
No.
I think you're more human if you do.
Yeah, I think you're on the right side of history if you do.
Yeah. Yeah, that really shows you what side of history you're on.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, if Luigi, like, he's the kind of guy, even if he didn't allegedly do what he did, he would be the kind of guy that would get away with, like, I put a rose on her bed when she wasn't home.
Yeah, like, I snuck in there.
I put some cameras. I put some cameras in the corner of
because
her house.
I have to see what she's doing at all times. I have to see if she's safe.
I have to know that.
I think that's the difference. It's not like you're creeping. It's like you need to see if she's safe because you cannot live without her. You know? You cannot live without her. You cannot.
I will say, this trope is only valid when the guy has a, like, rebel streak. If it's like a mafia book.
Yeah, like if you're like this nerdy ass dude who just like randomly starts stalking this girl, like that's.
Or like an incel. Like if you're like an incel. Or if like you're like a college football player. Like you're a college football player and you're like putting cameras and like roses on my bed. Are you weird? Get the fuck out. What? You're not Luigi. You're not Massimo. What are you doing? Why are you in my room? Get the fuck out. I'm gonna call the cops.
Yeah.
But like
that has to be like your regular already. I feel like not like stalking. But like that kind of like serious rebellion lifestyle.
Yeah, it has to be
rebellious.
The aura has to already be there.
Yeah.
You can't build on that. You can't build that kind of aura. It's a God-given talent, not talent. Trait.
Mhm.
Trait. It's a God-given trait. There's only some men who can pull it off. Who can pull it off, baby? Baby. Baby.
Ew, I was watching Love is Blind. And this they were like, oh, do you like pet names? Like, you know, like baby, whatever. This girl, this woman, she's like, yeah, I like baby girl.
Huh?
I was like, no way you're saying that as a woman. Giving
Are
the
you
wrong
lost, baby
idea
girl?
to men all around the world.
Are you lost, baby girl?
I'm
Never.
sorry, even when Massimo said it was
Yeah,
cringe.
no, of course.
And
The
he's
whole movie was
Massimo.
cringy. But I still rewatched the movie so many times.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It is a good movie. If you want it to be a good movie. And if you can look past the cringiness and the overall plot of like abducting a woman that you just not that you just met, because
He knew her. He was
well,
already madly in love.
it's because his dad was shot. And when after he got shot himself, he looked down. Oh no, it was before
He was
got
looking
shot.
at her and then he got shot. So therefore, like when he was in the coma, like that picture that he had of her was just in his mind over like however long he was in the coma. So when he woke up, he was like, this is the girl, like I can't get her out of my head. So then he saw her and he was like, he saw her, oh, you know, a year later or something like that. And he was like, oh my God, this is my first time seeing her again. Like I think
he was tracking her though.
I can't.
He was looking for her.
He was looking for
her. It's kind of odd.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
like you love me that much. You're searching the world for me.
That big painting that he had of her in his house.
That would
she
be
turned around and
creepy
she
as
was like,
fuck, though.
that's me.
Imagine in reality, you're like, oh fuck.
I mean, yeah, but I like to leave. I like to see myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's Massimo we're talking about, so I'd be like, wow, that's hot. But like in reality, I'd be like, that would be scary.
Yeah, a little bit, a wee bit. I think
But
so.
if you're hot enough, then you like me that much.
You like me. You want to kiss me. You want to marry me. Oh, but the movies after that, like,
dude,
part 2 and 3.
I hate cheating tropes and shit. Like, you just ruined it, dude. Now I'm gonna think less of the female or male main character.
I don't think I've read a book. I think because most of the books that I've read, I've always looked them up on Goodreads first, so I like know what tropes are in the book. But I've never read a book with a cheating trope, and I don't plan on doing it because how am I still meant to romanticize you after you did what you did?
Oh my God, like it ends with us. I don't know. They just like made you romanticize this man. I mean, I get the premise of it, but like I don't know. It was just weird. This is like why'd you make us romanticize him then?
Yeah.
Like, if he was so evil.
All of her books are a little like
dark.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I get it because like that shit happens in real life. But I was going into the book thinking like, oh, cutesy love story. Ner.
And it was one of the first books that we read getting into reading. Actually, I take that back. How I got into reading, let me tell you guys a little something and be fully transparent right now. I got into reading I was scrolling on Instagram and you know those like, well, I don't know if everyone gets these, but the like sponsored ads will pop up of like the and it's like read this passage and then you have to get the app and like pay to read more. Well, I started reading one.
Nikki put me on.
Yeah, and it was like werewolf romance. Guys, hear me out, please. It was like werewolf romance. And I spent hundreds of dollars to continue reading. And that's what got me into like reading romance.
Because you're so consumed, like you need to finish the book. Like you just can't put it down.
And it was like,
it's always those books when you started at night too. And it's like, fuck, now I have to stay up till 3 a.m. reading this.
And it was like the shittiest book. That wasn't even a book. It was literally just like, it was literally just like them typing. And I love those videos. And it was like when you're reading a Wattpad story, and then the author says, sorry, my dad got into a car accident. That's why I haven't been writing. That's the vibe that these were giving. It's called like, it's not Goodreads. It sounds like the app is called something like Goodreads. Anyways, But that's how I got into reading. I started reading werewolf romance, and I was hooked, baby. That shit had me in a choke fucking
They had
hold.
a little captor trope too.
Or like the alpha male,
or like
romance.
They're destined before birth to be with each other, you know, because
I love
they're
fated
mates. Fated mates.
I love fated mates, but I love the versions where it's like they're fated to each other, but they don't like each other.
Yeah. Or you don't know that they're fated until like way later in the book. Because if you first know, then you're like, obviously.
Yeah, like there goes the whole like plot.
Yeah.
Like we already know they're gonna be together.
Low key, I don't like it, but I do whenever there's like the love triangle. The reason, if they do it good, I love like wanting the a specific person to be with her, but like you don't really know what it is, who it is. I love that. Like Vampire Diaries and The Summer I Turned Pretty, they did it so good in a sense of like you're really not sure who's supposed to be with her. Like you have an idea, you know, but like the writer, the author, they could do anything.
I love it when when the authors are really good at bringing in different love interests and writing them in a way where it's like, wait, is it going to be them? But like you always know in the back of your head it's going to be
but it does make you be like, wait, no.
Yeah. I love that. I love
Me
that
too.
so much because it just keeps you on edge. It just like I don't know. It adds more to the story.
The book, it was a YA book that I read, and it was so good. What is it called? Pure something. I recommended it to Charlie.
To my sister, and she wrote her book report about it, and it had like she literally. No, guys, listen. This is so funny.
It didn't have explicit scenes.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Cause she was
God, I'm sorry.
She was like, I didn't have any other book to write about. Mind you, guys, my sister's in 8th grade, and Rita wasn't recommending her like Haunting Adeline.
No, it was a YA book.
It was a YA book, but you know
like
how it was some, but she
teenagers.
Wrote her school book report on
They
it.
never did it in the book. They got close to it, but it was like the.
I was like edging her the whole time. What?
No, it was like the movies where it's like, you know, they only show the like making out scenes. It was like that.
Oh my god.
So I was like, that's fine, right?
That's hilarious.
She's
yeah, no, she's old.
She's already
told me that she's
that's why I
read
also because she's already read very explicit stuff. So, but I obviously didn't recommend her or anything. And I've read so many books, I probably don't even
remember exactly what it has in it.
Did she get in trouble on her book report?
No. Not that I know of.
Was it just like cringe?
I don't think her teacher had ever read that book, so unless she read that book, she wouldn't know like what's.
Did your mom say anything?
My mom was like, "What?" Because I told her, I was like, "Charlie did a book report on this book," and my mom was like, "What? What are you talking about?" Da, 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 da. And she like wrote her book report like 2 days before they went back to school. This was like after winter break, and she was like, "I had no other book to write it about." I was like deep down, I was really proud. But, like I couldn't say that, you know. I couldn't be like, "Yay!" Like I'm proud of you writing your book report about a smutty book, you know. But,
it's not smutty, guys.
Okay, it's not smutty, but you know what I'm saying, like that kind of vibe.
It's just romance, tension.
But do they talk about like babies?
No.
Oh. No, they don't mention anything like that.
Not that I remember.
Oh. Okay. As long as
I mean, the girl's a virgin the whole book, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Ew, I don't even like saying that.
Yeah. Rat row.
Like, cause I think it was very sweet. Cause the book, anyway, what I was saying was there was a book where like she had it was a love triangle. But it's like you don't know who she's gonna end up with. But then this one guy, he was just like too boring, too nice. But it's like I think that she's supposed to end up with him, and I'm like not liking it.
What book is it?
The book I recommended.
Oh, that one?
I forgot what it's called. Pure.
Is it Blood and Ash?
No, that one's.
Yeah.
This one is it's called. I forgot what it's called, guys.
Honestly, I hate a love triangle. Like if she's like really into both of them, I'm like, ew, pick one. No, I can't do a love triangle.
I only hate it when they end up with the person who I don't want them to end up with.
Like, okay, the only time to me,
Which is
a
like-
love triangle has ever worked, Vampire Diaries, This Summer I Turned Pretty. Because, baby, we all knew the minute that Damon came flying in as a crow, we all knew that she was going to end up with him. Duh. They always end up with the bad boy, as they should.
No, my first time watching Vampire Diaries, I did not know she was supposed to end up
Really?
with Damon. I was young though. I was in middle school, and I genuinely thought she was supposed to end up with Stefan. So it literally, like, I could not get behind her being with Damon for the longest until like years later when I watched it in high school. I was like, okay, yeah, Damon's the one for her.
No, I'm just always attracted to the bad boy. That's why Summer Turned
No.
Pretty, Conrad, of course.
Yeah.
Connie, baby. What? Like, I love Jeremiah. He is a cutie patootie pie. But he's just you're too nice.
Too, like, clingy.
Too clingy, too nice. Conrad just has that, like, tortured
Like, you kind of don't
soul.
like me, but you like me,
Yeah.
you know?
And the way that he just smirks at her. Fall to my knees.
Oh my gosh. I just rewatched it, guys. It's so good.
Yeah. I just rewatched it too.
Really? Nah, Jeremiah is so hot. I think
Jeremiah's beautiful. He's beautiful.
Beauty standards wise, typically like
Jeremiah, but
hotter.
personality wise, it's always gonna be Conrad. And okay. Here's my thing.
Not even personality wise.
It's just
like the tortured
yeah, the tortured
artist.
soul.
Yeah, tortured soul kind of vibes I'm getting from Conrad.
They made it from the first episode of the first season. They made it to where we knew that Belly and Conrad were it. Like, oh my god, when Laurel was like, what did she say at the ball when Conrad stepped in and was dancing with Belly, and she goes, and Belly was like glowing, and Laurel goes, for Belly, Conrad's the sun, and she always shines brightest when he's out, or something like that. And I was like, oh my god, like, how after that am I meant to ever like Jeremiah for her? I can't. I simply cannot. I'm sorry. Like, he's meant for somebody else.
Do you know what happens though?
I kind of got it spoiled for me. So.
Yeah, you're not gonna like Jeremiah.
No, he's no. POS, piece of shit. Piece of shit.
No. Yeah, I really like that.
I think
because that's also like part of his personality. Like, he's just so like outgoing and like friendly.
I don't know. To me, I wouldn't want someone who's too friendly.
Well, obviously not. Like, only be friendly with me and that's it. Like, literally, like be throwing
respectful.
up. Nah, be throwing up on the floor if anyone else is talking to you.
Wait, I like that.
Like, you can't even see it. Like, you're so grossed out if it's not me, you know?
And like, hear me out. Healthy jealousy.
Yeah.
Like, healthy jealousy is a thing. Like, having when you're out at the bars or whatever, and like you go up to the bar to go grab a drink, and you're talking to the guy next to you, but like your boyfriend.
But there's a difference in healthy jealousy and then like the insecure jealousy.
Thin line. I think it's a thin line. But if you can stay on one side, on the healthy side, I think that's okay. I think it's almost necessary in a healthy relationship to not be jealous, but to be protective. Not that we're owned by anyone. We don't. But just like be protective. And
not get in like arguments about it. It's like genuinely you're just going up and like making sure the other people know, like, hey, yo, like, I'm gonna back her all the way. Like, I'm with her. Like, she's
mine.
No, she's mine, but like, she's for me.
No, I love it in the books when like the guy finally realizes he's in love and it's his point of view, and his inner monologue says mine. I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know what it is. Sue me, but I think it's hot.
Sometimes it can be cringe for me.
No, I like it. When he's just like looking at her, like she's like just like doing some normal mundane shit, and like he's just looking at her and he's like, mine. I like that. It's very like,
Mhm.
yeah.
If it's not in like a territorial way.
Yeah, of course. Because we are our own beings at the end of the day. But make it known. Make it known that we're together.
For sure.
And set those boundaries with everyone else. I like it. I like it, Picasso. Womp womp. Anyways, I think in conclusion, we're just some two crazy fucking bitches. No, I'm kidding. I think in conclusion,
Kidding, not kidding.
Kidding, not kidding. Yes. Take this episode with a grain of salt.
Half a grain.
Half a grain. A fourth of a grain of salt. Please. And thank you for your sanity and for ours. Please.
If you made it this far.
If you made it this far, which I hope you did.
Yeah.
Because why the fuck not?
Just like play it in the background and like laugh a little.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to sit there and watch us like up to your eyes.
Right.
But like, you know,
you
play us in the
can.
back. I play myself in the back.
Me too. Like I'm cleaning and shit.
I'm watching myself. Duh.
Cackling.
Anyways, oh my gosh.
I'm getting shy.
I know, me too. In conclusion, we love
some books.
Some books, baby. We love some books. We love some books with some crazy tropes, some weird tropes, some good tropes,
we love romance.
We love romance. We love big, strong men. And we love you guys for watching and listening.
And we love you, Luigi.
And we hope that you're getting treated right. And we and we hope that everyone listening can relate a little bit to this episode. Maybe maybe we're voicing opinions that some people had in their head, but they didn't want to voice out loud because they sound crazy. But like, we don't give a fuck if we sound crazy because that's just how we feel and how we think. And yeah, just teens a bit. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you stuck it out, and we will see you guys next week. Sunroom Sisters out.
Bye.
Peace.